This is the Castlevania Dominus Collection. We're here on Xbox Series X. Be sure to like the video, subscribing is great as well. So this is a compilation package that includes 3 classic Castlevania games from the DS that have been upgraded to some degree and made available on modern platforms. So first off, we have Castlevania Order of Ecclesia, we have Castlevania Portrait of Ruin, and we have Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. So you get these 3 games, you get them put together as one package, and you get a few different ways to enjoy what they have to offer. And there's also a couple extras, right? We've got the Haunted Castle, Japanese, and we got Haunted Castle Revisited. So if you want a little bit of extra Castlevania action, they throw those into the package, which is kind of great. We get some gallery shots for the various Castlevania games if you want to get some images from behind the scenes, music settings from all the 5 different offerings, and finally settings, so you can do basically the American version, the Japanese version, the European version, or for Ecclesia, Korean version. And it's all on European by default for some reason, so there you go, embrace the magic of that. Let's dive in with Ecclesia. So these games are from, well, basically the DS, so you're gonna have a very specific aesthetic and style to them in terms of them being like not the full screen. So just keep that in mind from a visual standpoint, that they're not, you know, big widescreen games, because again, they are from the DS. And if you're into other Castlevania type games, I would recommend taking a look at this store, because we've got like another advanced collection and also an anniversary collection of Castlevania stuff. If you're into the franchise and you want to play the series, you know, you can never have enough Castlevania. So it's great that this is available there, and you can press RT to kind of like bump ahead a little bit to make things go faster, because this game has a lot of dialogue. So what are we getting here? Like the interface, everything like that, 4K resolution, it's 60 FPS, but like, again, it's a DS, so you're getting like a box on the screen, and you do actually have choices to change how that looks. So you can press LT, and LT will bring up this side menu where you can create saves, loads, see a control scheme in order to get an idea of like, hey, here are the controls. As you can see at the bottom there, LT and press and hold, we've got like a rewind kind of thing, right? So if you want to rewind the game, you have the option to do so, which is kind of nice. There are other settings. You can actually change the screen presentation if you would find these other options to be more comfortable, side by side, a little bit larger, a little bit smaller, stacked on top of each other. This is the suggested basic one. I seem to like this one the most. Still a bit weird. I kind of don't mind this one, but depends on where your TV's set up. And then you can change the background color, white, a little bit of a cyan. And then these other ones, which are more like sunshine type background stuff. I don't know, I think black is just fine. And then you can adjust things, the music, the sounds, the voices, the audio language, all those options. You also get a compendium, so you can get info on the games in case you're struggling or have any questions. Those are all available there. So we're going to be diving in and kind of showing off little bits of each of the games so that you can actually see them in action and get an idea of how they kind of look and play. As I mentioned though, from the DS, just really trying to hammer that point across. If you're wondering, like, what are these visuals? It's like, this is how it looked back in the day. It does have some pretty nice looking, like, I want to say pixel art aesthetic, like the 2D visuals look quite nice for this type of game, and it's very Castlevania-esque in terms of visual style and setting. But I think they're actually pretty good looking games, and they do hold up decently well, because this art style tends to hold up quite nicely, which is not too much of a shocker if you are, you know, kind of into these games. So they do fit into different, I guess you would say, story elements of some Castlevania games and not others, and it's a little convoluted, the different like options. You also get like this right kind of cursor sort of thing, which is weird. Yeah, let's see, like interact with the screen, like you can like click it in and sort of change how like fast things are, and then you can hold like LT, and then you can like be like rewind, and yeah, which is kind of cool. Like in my opinion, I think having a rewind in like every old game is like almost like a bit of a must-have in the modern era, or it's just kind of like a basic nice setting to sort of enjoy for these older games. To a degree, it takes away the element of like the difficulty that was present back then, but like it certainly does, I think, benefit and add a lot to the games just having the option for you to basically at any point sort of sit there and be like, okay, I messed up, but I don't have to like redo a ridiculous amount of stuff, or because you know some of these games are actually pretty hardcore and you know have some like difficulty edges to them for sure, especially coming from like you know the DS, but at least with the modernized controls. Yeah, like, I mean, using a controller, I guess, as well, just helps a lot for the gameplay, but wow, this game has a lot of chatter to it. Like, it is a lot of exposition and establishing, like, the info. It's kind of crazy. Like, it just kind of goes on and on and on and on. That's why I like using the skip along, so you can actually get to different things. Yeah, and then you gotta equip the glyph, and then you get that one, and then you get that one, and then you're good to go, and then we've got different abilities, and now we can attack our enemies and stuff like that, which is fantastic. So we can go, wow, wow. Didn't see that coming, did you? And then you can create combos and do different attacks. You know how it is. And then you get back into your regular Castlevania gameplay once you get through all of this chatter and all of this discussion that's present here that kind of just like sort of establishes things and gets you going for the game. Okay, so this was really cool. What we're gonna do is we're gonna press LT, we're gonna create save, yep, we're gonna save the progress, and then we're gonna end the game. No. And we're gonna go back to the main menu and take a look at the other stuff here. So we're gonna briefly take a look at the Haunted Castle, so you can kind of see that one in action. It's kind of neat that they keep doing these like Castlevania packages. I'm really quite appreciative of like, you know, kind of diving in and playing some of these nostalgic things, especially stuff that really was kind of locked to one platform for a long time, because there are so many like cool games that are like literally locked away on specific like console hardware from different eras, and it's always a shame when like it's not available. Then you can look here, and we're kind of getting to a point where there's more and more kind of classic stuff being made available for the modern era to enjoy, which is really, really quite cool. But yeah, we are on like the ultimate time crunch to try to show you everything for all of the different games. And there's just there's so much to enjoy. Wait, did I click the wrong one there? One sec here, Haunted Castle. Oh, that's on me. I know you guys love the Haunted Castle that much. Okay, we'll show off the other one. Okay, there we go. This is the one I wanted to show off first. I guess it doesn't matter which one goes first or which one goes next. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, isn't this just an oldie thing, eh? But it's cool getting these like made available and being able to enjoy like the classic kind of Castlevania stuff on top of everything. It's just kind of like, it makes it feel like a more complete package getting all this other little stuff for Castlevania along the way, because there are so many Castlevania type games. I wonder if at some point they'll do like a master collection, or if they're more into like kind of piecemealing in different places and different scenes. Anyways, it's cool that we keep getting these efforts from them. I think this is awesome. Boss Rush. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Start the game. Yeah. There's always an achievement for starting. I gotta create a portrait? Oh, I do not care. Okay. Good enough. 1944. The world is in chaos. That's great. I'm not an exposition hero. It was actually really neat what game developers were able to kind of like do and achieve with, I I guess you would say, the different like games that are available on like the DS and stuff. So many of them are just gonna like vanish forever. People just like literally won't care, which is kind of sad, but also just part of the experience too, right? Have you not heard of Bellamont? All these different characters. All these different Castlevania adventures. It's actually like, I don't know if you've ever looked at the actual sort of time, or the rough timeline that people have created for Castlevania, but it's a bit of a mess, like the family lines and stuff like that. Like I think you can kind of follow it, but yeah, it's definitely quite an interesting setup. Jonathan, Charlotte. Switch between them. Use the unique abilities. Dracula's castle is resurfaced, but it doesn't make sense. Yeah. 2 characters to fight. Oh, I accidentally pressed that. Oh, and again, all the settings that are present from like the previous thing are here as well, right? So, ooh. But this one you get to switch between 2 heroes. We work together as a group. Why wouldn't you just keep 2 partners the whole time? Hey, we found 50 bucks. That's a great deal. I like how this one just kind of gets you into the action a lot faster. Not a lot of just chatter, chatter, chatter. This is what I come from Metroidvania action. So we're not able to break... Oh, we are able to break this down. I was like, why isn't this breaking? I was like, there we go. Oh, no! There's like a Minotaur. I think it's like a Minotaur. This is terrifying. Anyways, it's kind of cool to be like taking a look at these different like Castlevania games and enjoying the magic. Hit it! Hit the thing! I'm running as fast as I can! Oh, there's like food, beef jerky. Ow. I just got like literally sent through the door. Thanks, giant Minotaur thing, for getting us over here. See, the other one is just like chatter, chatter, chatter. Here we're just like, we are flowing in, we're battling along. It's also neat because I think to some degree the platforming becomes a bit more simplistic because it's a DS and it's like a smaller screen, so you get more of a focus setup, but you still get like usually a pretty different kind of thing. Is he supposed to stay there? I feel like we're supposed to move this. Am I able to get back to the other side? Okay, let's just... If I could go back in time... You know, if I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to move this giant statue with you. We're doing it! It's kind of mean to have her do all of the work while you stay up there and chillax and all that. At least we have the ability there. Pretty cool characters though, eh? Lots of different Castlevania enemies to fight. I'm vibing. It is really amazing though that we keep getting all of these different like Castlevania efforts. Every time I look around I'm like, oh wow, that's a surprise. New Castlevania to play. Kind of awesome. I don't know if others kind of feel like that, or maybe you're sitting there waiting for specific Castlevania games to come, but yeah, it seems like every time I turn like my head, I'm like, oh, new Castlevania. Awesome. So let's kind of give this one the pause here, give this one the save, and then obviously we've got to switch over to the final game. That's what I'm saying, is like you get so much Castlevania, and it's like trying to show everything off. So, okay, so Dawn of Sorrow. Here we go. Let's do it. So this one year after the events of Castlevania Aria of Sorrow. So, yeah, there you go. Dawn of Sorrow. A plot to resurrect Dracula? Why is everyone so obsessed with this Dracula guy? Sign my name. Oh, jeez. How is this gonna work? Beautiful. Ever since the solar 2035. Oh wow, we're really Going off into the future, eh? Throw bones. Okay. He just throws a bone. Dracula will never see this coming. Think Dracula ever gets tired of us? Ow! This is such a different selection of, like, Castlevania games. I'm actually, like, genuinely impressed that, like, this one really gets you into the action. It doesn't hold back at all. Dracula better watch out. We're coming for him. Anyways, like, I guess for the biggest part of this collection, it's really like, if you're playing these for the first time, you know, they are games of their particular era. They are DS titles that are being made available on the console. If you're going for nostalgia, I think this is like a pretty nice way to play these games that you just literally weren't able to prior, unless you did some certain methods. But yeah, you actually get to enjoy these games as a nice little package. You get some rewind features, you get some quality of life improvements. I love these recent efforts from Konami to make their legacy stuff available. I think this is absolutely fantastic, and I'm generally just quite appreciative that this sort of thing exists, just in terms of like gameplay and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just kind of like a nice little compilation package. I don't really have any complaints. I mean, the games are what they are, and it's just nice that they were able to, like, bring these back. And oh my, you are definitely talking. Bring these back and make them available, and let us enjoy the magic of them with their music and their gameplay style and their quirks and their weirdness. And it just fits really nicely in with all of the other, I guess you would say, Castlevania stuff that they've made available over the recent years. And at least I think it's been a pretty great selection that they've provided to us. And sitting here wondering if there's more gonna come down the road. Like, I'm not someone that, you know, super follows all this stuff, and I'm sure there's others that are a little bit more hardcore to the Castlevania, but I'm kind of sitting here wondering what else they might bring back from this era. I mean, there's a few, like, 3D Castlevania games that would be pretty cool to see, like, remastered. I definitely think those would be kind of fascinating, but as far as, like, smaller, like, packages like this, I'm trying to think of, like, other releases that they haven't done. Because there's definitely been some surprises along the way. Mr. Belmont. What are the odds? That's a name I've never heard before. So yeah, you get a lot of Castlevania. You get a lot of action. You get a lot of different unique gameplay, like mechanics and moments, and you get behind the scenes materials, and you just get like a really nice package here. Take this. A magic seal. Thanks. No, that's okay. That's great. Thanks, okay. Do we ever get to get going here? I guess I'm here to be all gentlemanlike and escort her against the giant creature things. So does she not have like a weapon or anything like that? You know, coming off of that other package, you know, the lady fighting with me actually had like a weapon and all that. Well, I guess with my combat stance, I don't really need her that much. What kind of dangerous place is this where we're just used to like walking through a cold forest and there's like all these monsters coming out of everywhere? A save room? I didn't know we were allowed save rooms. The power of Castlevania compels me. I don't know. I think these are some nice little quirky fun games. I think they offer some unique stuff. I think you can have some fun with them. Whether you're going for nostalgia, it's just one of those like, touch the screen things. Or if you're trying to like play like different types of Castlevania games for the first time, it's got a little of everything.